Hi guys, it's been a long time since I last filmed. I can't even remember the last vlog really, but the reason that I haven't filmed because I don't want everything to be like the same like constantly. I know it can get a bit boring for you and for me. So I thought I'd take a little break for a little while, and because my anxiety has increased, shall I say, I thought I would do this anxiety update and let you know how I'm all getting on. It's a nice day out there today, so I thought, well, I'm like feeling a bit better about it all, and yeah. But if you haven't watched my previous anxiety videos, then I would probably watch those first, so then you can get to know me a bit more. As like, I won't go into detail now, but I have previously, well, when I was about 8, 9, I went to CAMS, which is the Children's Mental Health like thing, and because I was having loads of panic attacks and yeah, everything. So basically I've dealt with anxiety my whole life. I'm just updating you all. Recently it has got a little bit worse. Actually, I won't lie, it has got worse, to be honest, my anxiety. Every now and then I keep having like a panic attack. I had one a couple of weeks ago. Like a bad one. Like I do constantly have, I wouldn't say they're full-on panic attacks, but they're the stage before. I don't know how to like describe it. It's when I go shaky, I start breathing fast, like tingly face, and yeah, I keep dealing with that on a daily basis. Like I wake up some mornings feeling fine and like, oh yeah, this is going to be a good day, and then throughout the day I have that little wobble and I need reassurance a lot. My family will tell you I do need it a lot. But recently well, as you know, earlier in the year I had a group session of CBT, which is cognitive behavioural therapy, and I thought it helped at first. Like when I finished my sessions, there were 6 in total, and I was alright for a little while, but then that's when it started to get worse again, and I realised that group sessions hadn't helped at all, because I couldn't share my view of like what I was experiencing, because I don't speak up in a group situation. Like at school, if we had like a presentation, I would ask for it to be just like me and the teacher, or just a few others, not the whole class. So I didn't say anything at the group sessions. I was just listening to what other people were saying and things like that. So I decided, what's it now, October? Is it last month? End of last month? Well, I went back to the doctors. They gave me sertraline, and I think that's how you say it, I don't really know. I took a couple and I was so bad with it. Like I could not get up in the morning. I know you've got to give it a chance to work, but I really couldn't. It was actually, I had to crawl on the floor in the morning, and Tim was helping me because I was that bad. I was so dizzy, I was feeling so sick, and I had like loads of panic attacks in the day, and that's very unlike me. Like, I have like the odd one every week or so, but I had 2 in a day in the same amount of like, in a couple of hours I had 2. So yeah, I decided to come off of those and never take them again, and stick with my propranolol, which I've decided to stay on my propranolol, which only helps, like, I only take 1 in the morning, which is 40 milligrams. I've been taking it since January, and it does help. I've noticed that my heart isn't racing so much, So I'm just going to stick with those, and yeah. Then, yeah, the end of last month I decided to get help from Healthy Minds again, but this time ask for one-to-one sessions. As I know, when I was a child and I went through CAMS, that was a one-to-one, and that helped so much because I didn't experience like panic attacks at all until I started work, which was 17, 18. So it had helped for a good 8 years, I'd say. I've only just started the sessions. Well, I had a session last Friday, and that was just like to get to know me a bit more, and not what I have, but I have panic disorder, basically, that they have said that I have. I think I have a very mixed, like, I feel that I have generalised, I feel like I have a bit of like OCD, a bit of like panic disorder. I have literally everything, and so I can't just put it down to panic disorder, but that's what they're treating my sessions as, that I have panic disorder. And last session, which was yesterday, I had my first like proper session, and I wasn't feeling great the first time that I went because I was so worried. I didn't know what they'd say, what we'd do, what the woman would be like. I was actually quite surprised how quick they gave me these sessions. Like, I phoned at the end of September, and then I had my first one last week, so I thought it'd be quite a long time because they said that there's quite a waiting list or whatever, but because I've gone through the trainee options, they're like in university still studying and things, but I thought I'll just give it a shot. They're exactly the same as normal therapists and all that, so yeah. But I'm feeling a bit more hopeful after yesterday's session because we were going into depth a bit about panic disorder, and it's literally me all over. Like, that is probably one of my main things. But I have my folder, another one, which I will quickly go through and show you what I'm doing. Every week they have to keep an eye on like how I'm feeling, how I'm doing. So I have to fill out this questionnaire, which is double-sided, about like how often I'm experiencing these things, and yeah, I've got that to do. That's like a little bit of homework. So last session, she wanted me to set some goals, and as you know from my previous videos, I did set some goals before, but I didn't quite understand it fully, so that's probably why it didn't help. But now that it's one-to-one, this is definitely helping, and she went through it with me. And my goals are, I'll just let you know quickly. My first goal is to go for a walk at least half an hour every day after work, so I can become more active and not lethargic, because that's literally how I'm feeling every day. I just want to sleep all the time. I want this to become a regular goal and achieve it at least 5 days a week. So these goals have to be so specific. That's what I didn't understand before. Like, you've got to say when you want to achieve this, how, and you know, all that stuff. These are SMART goals, they're called. But me and Tim used to go for a walk all the time, but I don't know, like, since this has got worse, I haven't felt up to it and feel like I haven't got much time in the day to go for a walk. So that's what I want to start doing. I want to become a bit more active and not just like laying down all the time, you know. my second goal is to stop checking my phone so much. Like, I am on my social media so much and I need my wind down time, so I've given myself until 9:30 on my phone, and then after that I'm not allowed on it until the morning. I'm going to struggle so much on this because literally every night is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, like literally that routine all the time, and then that's when the time goes so quickly. So again, I've said every evening I'm constantly on my phone checking my social medias. I want to reduce this by limiting my time on it so I can wind down for bed by like reading a book, which I haven't picked up my Notes on a Nervous Planet by Matt Haig, which is so good, since I bought it. I mean, I read so much of it when I bought it, but I just haven't found the time, or, you know, I struggle picking it up again. So I want this to become a regular thing that I can just, even if it means like drawing, colouring, something just to relax, because I don't do that. My third goal is to, now this is a major one, I want to be able to go to the shops on my own. I'll find this so difficult because Tim is constantly with me, or my mum or my dad. Like, I don't go anywhere on my own. I brought Tim with me last week to that session. Well, he was waiting in the car, but I just felt like I couldn't do it. I can't, because if I have a panic attack, then no one will be there to reassure me in the middle of a shop, and I'll have to quickly get out, and yeah, it's just very hard. So I do want to achieve this. I know it will take a long time, but I need to do it. And also last week, you might remember this in my last video again, Tim keeps texting me. What's that? Okay, I was going to pick Tim up from work, but now I'm not. Yeah, back to the video. We filled out this hot cross bun thing that they call it, and that's not my writing, by the way, that's the therapist's. Where your anxiety can start from anywhere. Where your anxiety can like start from anywhere at any point, which for me it mainly starts at the physical sensations. So anything that I'm feeling, like if I'm feeling, like here I've written, I'm breathing fast, clammy skin, shaky, feeling dizzy. That's the main one, is that I feel so dizzy. I've got a tight chest, my breathing increases. Like any of those symptoms, mainly to do with my heart, that's it. Panic attack is like imminent. So then it goes to my thoughts, which are, I need to get out of this situation that I'm in, or my main thought is I will pass out, like faint or something. Like that is my biggest fear, because I've never passed out before and I don't want to. I'm just scared of what will happen. The emotions that I'm feeling are scared, worried and anxious, and my behaviours are I seek reassurance and I avoid going places on my own and things like that, and triggering situations. It can just come out of the blue. I don't have a trigger. Anything will probably set it off, to be honest. But that's what we did last session. And then this session we were on about the physical symptoms of anxiety and like my panic episodes, if that's what you want to call it. So this is my homework for this week as well, is I need to tick, like there's some symptoms there, like I need to tick which ones I experience, and she said it's okay if you tick them all, because that's how you'll feel. But I'm going to go through them and I'll... Actually, let's do it together. Got me pen. So this, she said this one is mainly for like phobias and things, but it is all linked. So yeah, let's... Oh, I think I just drew on my wardrobe. Well, let's fill this out together. So tick the ones that I experience when I'm anxious. So dizziness is the first one. That is a main one for me. Oh, pen doesn't really work. Breathlessness and hyperventilation. Can't say it. Breathlessness and hyperventilation. Is that right? That don't sound right, does it? Hyperventilation. Yeah, it is right. Yeah, I get that. A lot as well. Chest pain. I don't... Sometimes, out of the blue, but I don't always get it. I'll tick that anyway, because sometimes, you know. Heart pounding, yes. Another major one for me. Visual disturbance, what's that mean? I don't get visual disturbance, I don't think. Nothing. I don't think so. Wobbly legs, yep. Muscle tension, yeah. I have that. Like, the back of my neck really hurts. Feelings of choking or suffocation. Yeah, I feel that when... Like, say if I drink a lot of water, especially when I'm at work, like when I'm feeling anxious or something, I have my water bottle. I've got to have my water bottle there, and I drink so much water that eventually it does feel like my throat is tight. So, yeah. Sweating, yep. Tingling or numbness, yep. Feeling hot or cold, yep. Nausea and upset stomach, yes. And feeling like you need to go to the toilet, no. Don't have that. And for next session, I've got to fill out these. Well, this is like my homework for... Yeah, this is like my homework. I've got to make a note of all situations that I currently avoid because of my anxiety, and then I've got to explain a bit more. I've got to like write down my safety behaviours that I do, so what I do that makes me feel safe. So here some of the behaviours are: keeping windows and doors shut, don't do that. Always making sure you know where exits and escape routes are. Yeah, I do that, but not always making sure, just occasionally. Like if I'm at a theatre, which I'm going to tomorrow, I've made sure that I'm sitting at the end of, well, like close to the end of the aisle, so yeah. Checking your pulse, heart rate for changes, I'm constantly doing that. Even when I was younger, I'd get people to check my pulse, and I couldn't even listen. When I was doing PE in school, that you take your like pulse rate or something, I hated that. I made mine up because I didn't want to listen, just in case it missed a beat or something. And always carrying throat sweets. I don't carry throat sweets, but I always carry Tic Tacs and chewing gum. that is my main. Yeah, I'm constantly at work. I get for a packet of chewing gum because it's, I suppose, because I've got so much tension in my jaw as well, and like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it does, I think, helps me. Probably doesn't, but I think it does. All that, but it's so hard. Like, people, I feel like people don't understand how I'm going through, like what I'm going through. I know they do, like my mum, dad, Tim, everyone is so supportive, but it's hard because they don't know how to deal with it, and neither do I. Like Tim has been so supportive. Every time that I'm having a bit of like a panic, I feel like it'll bring on a panic attack, I text Tim. And obviously I can't work, so we can't have our phones on us. which is kind of like, I feel like I need my phone on me all the time, but I can't. But in my lunch break, if I'm feeling a bit anxious, I text him and he'll say, oh, you'll be alright, and like, don't worry and things like that. So my throat hurts again. But I hope I'll get there, because to be honest, it is so exhausting. I keep saying people don't realise, but they probably do, but I just don't think that they do. It's hard. Very hard. I follow a lot of like people that have anxiety on Twitter mainly, and like Matt Haig, he's the author of the book that I've been reading. Don't know where my other one's gone, but I've got my one down there. And there's another, what's her name? Is it Hattie Gladwell? Just check. Yeah. The other one is Hattie Gladwell, and she's like a journalist for a newspaper, I think. She's just brought out a new book as well. Well, not a new one, but she's brought out a book about it all, and I'm thinking about getting it, but I wasn't sure, because again, I need to find time to read. And I know I've got all the support from you guys as well. What I've been going through, and I suppose it hasn't been completely hard, because everyone's known that I've had it, like in my family, since I've been young. I know that people who have anxiety now are struggling like telling people about it, and I haven't had that problem as such, so I don't know the struggle, because my family have always dealt with me having like panic attacks and things. So I do feel for those that have got it now, and are struggling. I hope it does get better. I know people say it does get better, but it has got worse the past couple of years, and I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. Nothing has changed. I mean, yes, I did start a new job like last year, but even before then I was panicky, and I'd been in that job for 3 years, so it's like, what? I don't know my triggers. I honestly couldn't tell you. Although something did ring a bell that my therapist did say yesterday, was that people like me are more susceptible to, like, is that the right word? I don't like using big words. I don't know if that's the word. Don't know. People like me who experience panic attacks like constantly and anxiety are more prone to, like, if your heart is pounding, you think it's pounding and you feel it. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. Like, you feel it more, and then you get anxious and you get all those thoughts, and then that leads on to the panic attack. Whereas other people that don't have anxiety, like she was explaining, that she wouldn't notice it as much as I would, if you know what I mean. It's really hard to explain these things, but yeah, I hope you understand me, because it is really hard to explain. But other than that, I thought I would just tell you how I'm doing and things. If you haven't watched my previous videos, then go and watch them first. I think I'll try and link them below if I know how to do that. But my first one is my anxiety story, and the other one is my anxiety update, and then now there'll be this one as well. And I just want to keep you guys informed and keep myself informed, so that I can look back at this video. But other than that, my camera just stopped recording, but I'm going to leave it there anyway, as I've been chatting for about half an hour, I think, and my voice really hurts. Me and Tim have got our anniversary coming up at the beginning of November, and we're going to be going to Centre Parks again, so I think I'll be vlogging there. That's when I know that I'll be vlogging next. I don't know if I'll be vlogging when I'll be vlogging next. It will just be out of the blue. Probably might do it when we're moving the boat, but that'll be next weekend, I think, so we'll go from there. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video and I've explained things okay. And for anyone out there that is struggling, feel free to ask me questions. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, which is Kim Chapman 96, and DM me, and if you're struggling, and I'll try my best to help you and things like that. Or if you want to get in contact with me, just DM me to help me. But yeah, like I say, it is good to talk, and that's what I'm doing now. And it does feel like, it has felt like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders a little bit. I was a bit like, at the start of this video I didn't want to start it. I didn't know how to start it, but I've kind of like rambled on, and now I've got to edit this back, haven't I? Oh god. Right, anyway, I will leave it there now. I've been rambling on for another 2 minutes, so if you have enjoyed, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.